Hey guys, Dylan Grabowski here with NeoNewsToday.com. I'm speaking with Tamar Salant with Neo Global Development. How's it going today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Enjoying the DevCon.
Yeah, for sure. So far, it's been absolutely amazing here.
Absolutely. What's been one of your favorite interviews or presentations that have been given?
So, one of my favorite moments, and I think this really captures the Neo community, there were a bunch of people who were standing in a circle just kind of chatting, and then someone mentioned his Discord handle. And then once that kind of clicked, everyone was like, oh, you're this and this, because obviously we have our real names, right?
Yeah.
And then on Reddit, no one goes by their real names, so people were like high-fiving, and it was really great.
It's nice to see all these people that we talk with on the computer all year round finally in the same place.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the last time we had the chance to talk, you told Neo News Today a little bit about the Digital Assets Alliance.
Yes.
So what has happened since your first few meetings, and what are the next steps with that?
So DAA, the Digital Asset Alliance, has really been kicking off. We've gotten more projects interested. We have more context of projects that are being interested. The whole supply chain, if you will, is getting much more active. We're seeing, more talk coming out of regulatory places across the U.S. The SEC had some very interesting announcement last week. So we'll keeping up with the work. We'll have a security token panel tomorrow. We have 2 DAA members that are here as well, so everyone will be sharing and talking about, also the vision and just what everyone is basically doing.
At what frequency are you meeting with these participants?
So we've been trying to have a meeting at least once a week. So far we're still doing a lot of intro meetings. So just, again, introduction, who are you, what are you doing, connecting people together. And we're starting to create now meetings that are more theme specific. So if it's talking about regulation in US, regulation in Europe, in Asia, et cetera, or focusing on liquidity or just different topics as well.
Cool, very cool. So Neo Friends.
Neo Friends,
We
yes.
haven't seen your presentation on that yet, so we're
Not
getting
yet.
a little bit of an inside scoop. Would you mind telling us a little bit about what Neo Friends is and what you want to do with the program?
Sure. So Neo Friends is a new initiative that's coming from NGD, and it's building global communities for Neo. So the Neo community at the moment is absolutely incredible, as we know, obviously, but there's a lot of work that only developers can do. And it keeps a lot of people a little bit outside of the loop, or maybe people who would want to contribute more and help build the smart economy from different angles maybe don't feel as connected at this moment. We've been having workshops and we've been having meetings and we've been meeting local communities all across the globe this past year basically, and we see the enthusiasm and we know a lot of people, and these are people who want to translate content in their local language. These are people who want to organize Neo meetups in different regions. These are people who maybe go to university, they're students, they're part of the academia world, and they want to be more active in just understanding blockchain, DLT technology, and obviously talking about Neo as well. So we're creating this program to help foster and to help strengthen these local communities. It will be based on international, regional, local communities, as we see a lot of people who do feel more comfortable obviously speaking in their own language. Maybe different regions have different use cases that they find a better fit, understanding blockchain maybe from different angles as well. I think, at Neo we're building a smart economy for all. So we're not focusing on one specific use case, and we're not building a blockchain only for something specific. And I think that's the beauty of it, that anyone can build on top of Neo, but they just need to get up and build. But it's also about education at the end of the day, because if you don't understand the smart economy, if you don't know about it as much, how are you going to build? Absolutely.
So with meetups and hosting these things, there's oftentimes a financial cost that's associated. So what sort of, other than helping provide some knowledge, what sort of other avenues is Neo Global Development looking at helping these folks who are hosting these meetups and other events?
Right, great question. So I think at Neo we always kind of say contribute first, reward later. And I think that's something that really has helped, especially with the developer community. We look at people's work and we know how to appreciate it based on the contribution, on the quality of the work, and there will be the same concept for Neo Friends. So we'll have different levels of Neo Friends based on contribution, based on activity. A lot of these activities don't come with a cost. If it's translating materials, if it's adding subtitles to videos, if it's creating original content in different languages, and as the activity kind of gets more and more higher, if you will, up the pyramid, then obviously we will be looking at different ways to incentivizing Neo Friends members. We will be, we are finalizing these days basically, but we are kicking off the program here at DEF CON.
Nice.
And yeah, it will be interesting. We're looking for also a lot of feedback from the community. We want to connect again with people. One of the things that makes blockchain so interesting is people come from different backgrounds and different skill sets, and people have ideas and people have concepts, and it's this big collage of people that kind of come together to create this new phenomena, which is making Neo Friends so amazing, in my opinion.
Absolutely. So what's your vision or your goal for Neo Friends? What does NGD see the program being a year from now and 3 years from now?
Good question. I think we'd like to see, obviously, as many communities across the globe, different regions, different locations. We would like to see, activity, as I said, like local meetups, but then see bigger events maybe on a regional level, and then international level as well. So if we're having Neo DEF CON 3 next year, having these local communities or having sub-conferences and having bigger meetups, again, at specific regions that are curated for that specific community. Obviously, we would like to see more developer communities also grow as well. And I think that could be a really good connection. If we have a local community that from that also helps grow a developer community.
Absolutely.
Or developers come through the Neo Friend program and they join the Discord and they join the GitHub and they start contributing code.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's going to be a great way to get people who are developers and also people who are just interested in expanding the community in general.
That's the smart economy, right? That's what it is.
Yeah. So to take a step back, we were talking about security tokens earlier. So I got the sense that it wasn't just the DAA that was going to be providing all this information. What sort of knowledge have you gathered in the past couple months with regards to security tokens, and what's Neo's current stance on them?
So there's a lot of information out there. It is a current update. We're seeing even specific states in the US, right, that keep making announcements. A lot of jurisdictions, a lot of different laws. We have the Neo Blockchain Compliance Hub that's been up and running for, I think, a year now. That holds a lot of valuable information. We are also collecting more info. We're also calling the community to help contribute, updates, local laws, regional regulatories that is coming up. I think at the moment, security tokens is an interesting phenomena, and it is bringing a lot of interest to blockchains, but there still lacks clear vision of what, especially the bigger jurisdictions, if you will. So you have the smaller jurisdictions like Malta, like Bermuda, Gibraltar, Liechtenstein, that are very blockchain savvy and very blockchain pro, and are calling all security tokens to kind of come and register as a legal entity there. But we're still missing the bigger jurisdictions, the US, the UK, Germany, EU as the EU, basically. So I think there is some unclarity about what exactly is going to happen there.
Yeah, the second mouse gets the cheese, right?
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
So Johnson spoke about last November about gaming and security tokens as being the low-hanging fruit. What are some other areas that Neo is exploring right now for other industries or areas that the blockchain can be useful in?
I think what we're doing now, so obviously gaming and security tokens are very big focuses as well. There will be also a panel and a talk, I believe, later on today on games. We're also just focusing on really building Neo, towards 3.0. Da Hongfei mentioned in his talk earlier today, if we're looking at layer 2 solutions, if we're looking at scalability, decentralization for Neo, which is something we've also been working, but that's from a more technical perspective. And I think it's, also just ongoing work, if it's helping the ecosystem grow as an ecosystem, if it's working with the different DApps that are out there. I think at the current state of blockchain, there's still a lot there still needs to be a lot more developed in terms of tool, in terms of the tech itself. People tend to forget this is still a very, very new technology. And I think there are a lot of very interesting use cases out there. If we're looking at AI, if we're looking at IoT, if we're looking at data as a product even. But the tech needs to mature a little bit more, and the market needs to mature, and it's kind of, both fields need to come together for that.
Absolutely. So is there any other areas that we haven't covered that you would like to talk about in this discussion?
Join your friends, that's what I'll say. Dylan here is one of, I think, the most prominent person who understands what it means running a local NEO community meetup.
I'm very excited about NEO Friends.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your
Thank
time
you.
today. If anybody wants to reach out to you, what's the best way that they can contact you?
LinkedIn, Twitter, any social media channel, basically.
Awesome. Well, this is Dylan with neonewstoday.com. You can see more about our interviews and presentations on our website. You can also go to YouTube or Twitter at the Neo News Today handle to see some more presentations. Thank you.